is a name. That means God's mercy. And that's when you see that name, Ebelechukwu, oh, you say is the name of a person. But that same Ebelechukwu could also be, it's a name of a man because you know me, I'm a man. And then you see another woman who's called Ebelechukwu. It's the name of a woman. So it has two meanings right now, a name for a man and a name for a woman. Then what are you going to do if you now see the same Ebelechukwu in a sentence to mean that God's mercy, God's mercy. And then in a way that God have shown, the Lord have shown a mercy to someone. Then what if you see that it means something else? Oh, the person should have mercy, have a merciful heart, a merciful life, or show mercy to someone. So depending on the way you use it, which gives it a different context. So I want us not to get carried away into those interpretations, but I want us to look at the way it's written here, which also he went and made proclamation to the uh, uh, to the spirits now in prison. And who are these spirits who are in prison? Who once were disobedient when the patience of God kept waiting in the days of Noah. So going back to before Noah, you remember the Lord destroyed the world with water, and only 8 people he saved. No? Those that the Lord asked Noah to bring on board, having taken a male and female of all his creation, and then after the flood, and they came back to begin to repopulate. What about those, especially for those that didn't have Christianity? Because right now we're in America and enjoy the longer days of having Christianity due to Western civilization that took it to the rest of the world in obedience to this commission that we are talking about, where you have, like, I know my grandmother had to convert from paganism into Christianity when she was alive, and ran the race more than more than anybody I could think of or know. But the thing is that, including welcoming, my grandmother was among those that welcomed the missionaries from the island, Irish missionaries, when they came to my tribe in Africa. So, and when they didn't speak the English, but they were the people at the time, in case you do not know the history, it was a very, when they first saw the white folks, they thought they were spirits or demons, and they were chasing them to kill them and couldn't let them in. At that time, when it was critical, my mom was among those that welcomed the first priest that came and set foot in the land of Igbo, where we come from, and accommodated them and helped them to hear what they have to say and begin to learn to understand, with all the sign language. She used to tell me stories about how it was difficult for them to understand what they were saying, and then getting people to understand the message, which they really loved, and help them to build the first church the missionaries built in that place. So the reason why I'm saying this, that when you now say for people like my grandmother's parents, or my grandmother's great grandparents or ancestors going back to 1,000 years, they were never baptized. I mean, I'm talking about going back to before Christ was born. So you find that by the Christ's death resurrection, he went to minister them in the spirit. He went on the ground and ministered unto them. So so that they can be baptized also and be prepared for this salvation that we are talking about. We are talking about this salvation, and they were brought safely through the water, as it says in verse 20. Noah, during the construction of the ark, in which a few, that is 8 persons, okay, it's actually stated here, 8 persons were brought safely through the water. So he used that as a way to also explain how Christ himself has gone to minister onto those people in order to bring them into the kingdom. So because all the things that the Lord has created coming into that same unity, into that reconciliation. Corresponding to that, baptism now saves you, not the removal of dirt from the flesh, but an appeal to God. So I want us to understand the nature of the baptism, so that if somebody asks you, why do you believe what you believe, you will have the answer. That's another benefit of why we have these classes, so that you know, not when somebody asks you, you wouldn't know what to say to them. So we're almost getting to 7 o'clock for us to start. So I want us to stop now. I wanted to go further, but let's stop now and give a time to text message, so that we can also have time to have a closing prayer. Um, if there is anybody that have a question, you can text. Let me even see any question. I'm gonna any question to see if you all can see and maybe respond. Oh, okay. So it should be on. Any question? If you are connected and you have a question, you can on that particular comment and text it. And let me see if I will see that. No questions. So we are going to say closing prayer. We're going to say closing prayer. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You